Greetings, good people. What's up? What's happening? My name is Dr. Clarence, and welcome back to TV7 Live, where we get to give you all the hottest and top trending topics, broadcasting live and direct from Zimbabwe, Africa. So, what is happening in Zimbabwe? We are seeing images of the Zimbabwe Vice President, Constantino Chiwenga, attending the burial of one of the just passed away brigadiers. And we're seeing that his security is beefed up. Now, this is raising eyebrows. What is happening in Zimbabwe, if anything is happening? Is there any panic in Zimbabwe? Are we seeing any panic in Zimbabwe? Now, this is the image there showing on the screen there. So if you check here, just in the frame, there is a 12 security personnel there. Definitely these are security personnel. It is not some other people or fellow ministers or fellow government officials. So this event was attended by other ZANU PF leaders there, including the president himself was there. But we see here we are seeing that the vice president was there in attendance. That dramatic security beef up. Remember, a few days ago, there was a fire at the house of the son of the president of Zimbabwe, Mnangagwa, Kudakwashe Mnangagwa, who also happens to be Zimbabwe's Minister of Finance. Now, speaking of the Ministry of Finance, we saw the finance secretary being fired and then brought back on the job. It said after he had begged on his knees. Why had he been fired? The details on why he was fired are not that much clear. But there is allegations that this guy is said to have received bribes from businessman Wikineo Chivayo to approve the payments to a South African company Renform CC, which supplied election materials to Zimbabwe Electoral Commission at inflated prices. This guy is said to have received bribes. But anyways, the reasons given by the government when this guy was fired, they were saying that something to do with him not doing his job well in terms of implementing some of the policies. And again, there is speculation that this guy, this Guamatanga guy, George Guamatanga, has a strained relationship with the RBZ governor, Mr. John Mshayabano. It is said that there is a strained relationship here. Now, a finance secretary in government is more powerful than a minister. A finance secretary is more powerful than a minister in that a permanent secretary has more power than a minister in that he is permanent and the minister comes and goes. The permanent secretary has so much knowledge and experience in that ministry because he would have worked there for a very long time. He would have seen many ministers come and go, seen many personnel come and go. So these guys, we call PM sex, they are very powerful people. A minister cannot even fire a PMSEC. Now, remember this is the ministry where we see President Emerson Mnangagwa's son, Kuda Mnangagwa, being the deputy minister. Now, it's speculated that David Mnangagwa had opened an investigation on Chivayo before we saw bullets at his house, before his house was broken into, and before his house was attacked by a mysterious fire. There is allegations that he had opened an investigation. I was looking for evidence to that. I haven't found any evidence to that or any release of these guys announcing that we are now investigating this. But rather, it is speculation following the recent incidents at Kudakwashe Mnangagwa's home. Then, remember, this guy is not Auxilia Mnangagwa's son. This guy is not Auxilia Mnangagwa's son. A cause of concern is this. Okay, this guy is the son of a president. How come his place can be broken into when people are there, when there is security at the place? It's really, really scary. And this, again, sparks panic. Now, are we seeing panic in ZANU-PF? Are we seeing panic within the ruling party of ZANU-PF here? Because we are seeing here the vice president beefing up his security when he's attending a function where where there is a lot of ZANU-PF members there, including the president himself, in attendance. Just this beef up of security. Can't it also be just a show to show a certain message to whoever the message would be intended to get to? To those watching us live, guys, do write your comments in the super chat or in the top chat. That's how I can see your names, so I can give you my shout out. Enough respect to everybody who is watching us live right about now. All right. Mike Chimombe remanded in custody to tomorrow. But what did we see today? We saw none other than Pachon Java, the guy who became infamous for the Mbava for ED chant there at one of the ZANU-PF campaign rallies. We see him in solidarity attending the Mike Chimombe and Moses Mpofu bell earring. Big up to everybody who's watching us live. That is Passion Java. Passion Java the Gaffer there at the court. All right. So, yesterday we saw a post where Passion Java wrote something like this. Round 1, Mike Chimombe 0, Wikneo Chivayo 1. Obviously, there was a hidden message there. But what was the message, or what is the message? Round 1. Is there a round two coming? Remember, Passion Java is not somebody who is dumb. He just doesn't write things that don't mean anything. And he doesn't just write careless statements that he doesn't know what they mean. That was really, really calculated. Now, on this attendance, where we see him attending the Mike Chimombe court session, is he showing solidarity, or, as we know, Passion Java is an attention seeker? Can't it also be, or have been, a publicity stunt? Here, we see him there speaking with the accused there, or is he? It looks like he's speaking with the accused there at the court. Again, this can mean that these guys are acquaintances, they know each other, or it was an escalation over the attention seeking. All right, as much as Passion Java is controversial, Passion Java is not involved in a lot of deals within the borders or the boundaries of Zimbabwe, such that we can link him in corruption. But yes, Passion Java and Mike Chimombe work together. They are acquaintances. So this cannot be a publicity stunt. This cannot be a publicity stunt. Sometimes they were involved in a public violence storm where these guys were accused of hiring 30 thugs to bash a businessman. And it said that this was over a woman. So this happened at Rainbow Towers Hotel there, the incident where the thugs are said to have been there. And the incident is said to have been captured by CCTV, and it was reported at Harare Central Police Station under IR 030777. And this businessman is called Andrew Manongore, who was then at that time he was attacked at Rainbow Towers Hotel, and he alleges that $18,000 was stolen from him. So, enough respect to everybody who is watching us live right about now. So we saw this guy, this Chimombe guy, being remanded in custody to tomorrow. So the court is moving very fast on this Mike Chimombe case, as much as he is being remanded in custody. Is this a catch and release, even though the charges that this guy is facing are very light charges of forging a Zimra tax clearance? He's not facing anything to do with the goats. The goats are just mentioned as just linking evidence, because when he did forge that document, he got that tender to supply presidential goats, presidential scheme goats. But another question may be, is it the only tender that this guy got? In that question that I'm asking, is it the only tender? I'm just trying to further clarify or to bring to light the point that the only case that this guy is facing is forging the Zimra tax clearance company, tax clearance certificate, and also his company papers. It's alleged that his company was deregistered or is not registered. They may say deregistered to make it look like it was registered before, when it might have never have been registered. So now we're seeing the guy is spending another night in prison there, in remand prison. Mike Chimombe and Moses Mpofu. Now back to the David Mnangagwa fire, mysterious fire at the house. The police here has begun their investigations, or have investigated what happened at Mnangagwa's house. So far, this is what they're saying. They haven't managed to find the sources of the bullet cartridges, and the information that no injuries were sustained, no one was injured there, and just the information that David Mnangagwa is said to be fully cooperating with the police in their investigations. So there is not much information released. This alone again raises a serious concern. So this scramble, there are three hypotheses are going around why the house of this minister might have been attacked. It is said that it might be an issue of women. There is speculation of an affair, right? Again, there is an issue involving one of his girlfriends or ex-girlfriends called Mary Hall. So they've been involved in a fight, in a custody fight, where the lady wants the child. This lady got pregnant of Emerson Mnangagwa's son Kudakwashe when she was 19. So she claims, or it's claimed, that she gave up the child because she was still young then. Could that be the case? Or maybe it may be just the claim because she now wants the child. At the same time, you know, when you get the child, when you have the child, yeah, you can get something in terms of child support and maintenance. So that is the lady over there. So it's a speculation, but I think this one is a light speculation. It doesn't hold any weight. Then another one is this. It says that David is the nucleus inside many convolutions inside the scramble for state resources and the management of public funds. Is he facilitating corruption, or he's hindering some people in their corrupt activities? Enough respect, everybody who's watching us live. Those who just joining us, please do click the like button. It's not a demand, but it's just a call to action. And if you have not yet subscribed to TV7 Live, do subscribe. To those watching us live, you can write your comments in the top chat or in the super chat. That's how I can see your names, so I can give you my shout outs. Now, another hypothesis, number 3. In this one, big up to Rejoice Zinyama. Thank you very much for that positive comment there. Now, number 3. Number 3 involves Guamatanga, right? It says he has been delaying or blocking many private deals. He is the internal stop of many explosions. And it's claimed that if it wasn't for him, there would be many scandals. I don't think this hold weight again, considering that he is accused of he himself receiving bribes from Wignell Chivayo. Then the issue of factional fights from inside ZANU PF. Another one is the spiritual dimension. Spiritual dimension. Maybe those who perished during the liberation struggle are coming back to haunt this guy. Now, Nick Mangwana made a post on another Mnangagwa son who is Major Shonu Mnangagwa. Right? There's been illicit deals, illicit fuel deals. So here he makes a post exposing somebody who he just exposes through a phone number and no further details. What does he say on this one? He writes this. I'm just going to read it as it is, says Auxilia. Matsotsi on the loose. Whoever made some believe that being dishonest is hustling, is damaging a generation. In the last few days, there's been many reports of people being fleeced in some shady deals by conman using this number purporting to be Shonu Mnangagwa. It's not him. Please don't be hustled out of your money trying to make a quick buck. Okay. All right, so let's make sense of this. Post by Nick Mangwana. I'm going to ask a question, but the answer is, of course, it doesn't make sense. Does it make sense for anybody to call somebody to do a fuel deal claiming to be Mnangagwa's son? Hello, random person. My name is Shoni Mnangagwa. I'm the son of the president. In a few and Tengesa. Okay. Now, so we are seeing here, there is smoke without fire. Okay? There is smoke without fire. Enough respect to everybody who is watching us live. So, just making this post brings attention to this story. Maybe if he didn't make this post, we wouldn't know of this story because there is no trending story involving Shonu Mnangagwa and shady fuel deals. So this alone raises attention and more questions like what is happening. Here we saw the finance permanent secretary being fired and being reinstated again. Fired and back again on the job. Fired and back again on the job. Why? Were there threats? Or, as also alleged, he begged on his knees. He begged on his knees. Down on his knees, begging the president to show him mercy. Please, Mr. President, I need my job back again. I cannot survive out there without this job. Please, please, please. Oh my God, free. Why didn't he do that before he was fired? The issue, that story of begging on his knees doesn't make any sense. Again, a reminder on the security beef of the Vice President, VP Chiwenga. Either something is definitely happening or is something definitely happening. It's all question after question. Back to the Mike Chimombe court session. What else did we see? We saw Mike Chimombe's sister behaving like a Chimombe. Again, chaona rimepurura fika pa position. But only that, this one is some kind of hysteria. Sister to Moses Mpofu attacks a Newsday reporter, Rejoice Piri, who was recording a conversation with Prophet Passion Java. So we see here, showing on the screen. So if we just look at here, this is still image, but if we read the body language here, just look at the face. Ah, my God. This is said. This is a story. Okay. Even if she's watching this video, I cannot tell her anything because I don't think any person who behaves like that is a reasonable person who is capable to grasp any sense. Usually, oh my God, we'll dive into another complete different subject on this. What happens when we grow up in life, whether we are grown up, when we mature? Growing up is simply developing our knowledge, our experience, everything. When we grow up, we learn our behavior. We develop a character and a characteristic. Now, when we are leaned to the side of Lucifer, of the devil, to the side of destruction, when we desire evil things, when we desire falsehoods, when we don't desire the truth, when we don't desire being holy in spirit, being complete in spirit, or being just in spirit, when we desire evil, being evil in spirit, when we desire being evil spirits. Some of the gifts from the Holy Spirit, they diminish, like intelligence, social intelligence, emotional intelligence, those things, right? When our spirits and our hearts harden, right? Our hearts harden. When our hearts harden, our reasoning diminishes also. Kana moyo wa uma. Moyo wake wa uma, right? Imagine you may be involved in a certain activity until you no longer feel any pain. Like, let's say, one may do that because you feel guilt. When you no longer feel guilt, you are no longer a human somehow. A part of you, you will no longer be alive. So here, when we read the body language of this Mike Mpofu's sister, something is going on with her. There's no better scenario, but it shows the type of a person that she is. One other scenario, a person may end up behaving like that, is that they may have been a victim of abuse themselves. They may be a traumatized person. That is the other thing there. So, anyways, it's a sad occurrence there. And this lady is trying to stop journaling of incidences that happen in Zimbabwe. So, she's a shame, and shame on her. No offense to her. I don't mean to insult her, but she's a story, what she did there. So I am castigating her actions. I have nothing against her, but against her actions. Of course, I wish a reform on anybody and everybody. Enough respect to Mambeo Vincent. Big up there. Tatenda Mudawarima Ziri say, how is it? And rejoice as Nyama. Enough respect to everybody who was watching us live right about now. Before I sign out, guys, Tongo ita skiri ya kuchechi ya kana skiri ya kumarali is RMPF munu wese slogan. Right. Munu wese please guys right about now take this time to click the like button. Do click the like button, and don't forget to leave a good comment in the comment section there. And to the haters, don't hesitate also to leave a bad comment so that all the good people who watch TV7 Live can know Zimbabwe. There are some jealous losers out there. Big up to Daniel Chinyemba. There. All right, guys. Dr. Clarence will be back again with a live session at 5 a.m. in the morning. Have a blessed day. You can